Welcome back. In the previous few lessons, we started learning about the methodologies in action. One methodology that we covered was DFSS, along with its two frameworks, Dmaic and IDOV. Now, we'll learn about the very common methodology of process improvement, that is, Dmaic. We'll also see how DFSS and Dmaic align with each other and what differentiates them. The most common methodology used in Six Sigma improvement projects is the Dmaic methodology, which is an acronym of Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve and Control. We'll take an example here to understand how this methodology works. Alex the carpenter has a successful business, but one fine day he finds that his business is not going as good as he thinks. He is worried and calls his company's improvement champion Mr. John. Now, what is happening here is that senior management is giving a clue that we need improvements as our business is not performing as well as it should. Mr. John starts a project with the define phase. In the define phase he refines and defines the problem statement based on some data collected from last 6 months. Making use of tools like VOC, CTQ matrix, CPOC analysis, process map etc. he finds out what is important to customer, what are the visible gaps in the process and what are the measures which should be monitored, so that the output meets the customer requirement. All the details like problem statement, goal statement, scope, resources, milestones, deliverables, metrics and baseline go into a project charter. In the next phase, he comes up with a data collection plan with the details like definition of defects, opportunity, metrics to be monitored, units, source and frequency. Using measurement system analysis, Mr. John checks the robustness of data collection system and finds out that the data that will be collected is going to be reliable. He also finds out the current capability of the process and calculates the sigma level, revisits the baseline based on further data that is collected. He does value stream mapping to find out the wastes and process improvement areas. This way he measures the process and quantifies the problem. Next comes the analyze phase, where source of variations are identified. The root causes behind the defects are brainstormed and identified using fishbone, 5Y etc. by making use of various tools like Peri2, XY matrix etc. Those vital few factors are identified which are actually impacting the process output. So here, a significant relationship between X and Y is also established. Hypothesis testing and other statistical analyses are used to establish facts. Once the root causes are known, improve phase starts where Mr. John and team develop potential solutions. To increase profits by decreasing defects and removing process waste, they then pilot and correct the solutions as required. This all is done in improve phase to improve the process. At the end comes control phase. The improvement team along with the process team defines a control plan and document how they are going to sustain improvements. It is ensured that process is being managed and monitored well. Statistical process control and lean principles are used to stay on track. The improved state is analyzed, financial benefits are also calculated and same improvement measures are implemented in other processes, as appropriate. This way, Mr. John and team helped Alex improve the process and business performance. This was a helicopter view of what is done in a Lean Six Sigma project. Let us now learn about the tools, techniques and concepts phase by phase. As we know, we can make improvement by 2 ways. 1. By improving existing processes. 2. By designing a new process altogether. The first way is achieved by Dmaic, which is a structured and iterative process improvement methodology. While when we need to redesign an existing process, or design a new process or product from the scratch, we make use of DFSS. DFSS involves various frameworks like Dmaic, IDOV, that we discussed in previous lesson. One more variation is Dmaic, which involves additional phase of optimize. We can say that focus of DFSS is on defect prevention, while focus of Dmaic is on defect reduction. Let us quickly see how Dmaic and Dmaic align with each other. First 3 phases are common in both the framework. At the conclusion of analyze phase, we have to make certain decisions. If the process is already existing and capable, we make use of improve and control phases. But if the process exists but is not capable, we make use of design and verify phases. These two phases are also executed when the process or product needs to be designed from scratch. This marks the differentiating factor in the two methodologies. By now we have understood the fundamentals of various methodologies like DFSS and Dmaic. This unit on overview of Lean Six Sigma will end here with a quiz. The next unit that we'll start now is the define phase. Here we come to an end to this lesson. Should you need any support, feel free to contact us. Thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next lesson.